Hi and welcome to Sew Amelia, my channel where I talk all about making a handmade wardrobe for me and my children. Welcome to today's video, one of my favourites, when I share some fabric purchases that I've recently made, as well as my plans for the rest of January. Thank you so much for joining me again today. It's so lovely to have you watch as I share these fabrics that I've recently bought. If you're not yet a subscriber and you enjoyed today's video, it would be so good if you could hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so that you will be made aware of when I publish future vlogs. If you are a subscriber, thank you so much for subscribing and following along on my sewing journey. It's great to have you back watching this video. Let me start by mentioning what I'm wearing today, and that is the Nina Lee Bakerloo dress. And this is one that I made in a fabric from Like So Amazing. It's one of their cotton poplins, and I'll link it in the description box below if it's still available. I'm going to talk in a bit more detail about this pattern later on in the video, so do stay tuned if you'd like to hear more details about this dress. So, on with my purchases. The first few fabrics that I bought are from the lovely Andrea and Karis at Beyond the Pink Door. I love watching their Sunday night lives where Andrea shows lots of lovely new fabrics she's had into the store that week, along with some favourites or ideas for what we might like to make with the fabrics in her store. Do watch those lives on a Sunday evening from 7 PM on Andrea's channel. I'll link that below. It's a lovely hour of fabric and chat. So this first fabric was one that was mentioned in the chat, and it's this navy heavy brushed ponte fabric. The front of it looks very much like a ponte, but the inside is so soft and lovely, and I think this will make a really nice dress for the winter weather. I love navy, it's just such a practical colour, and when I saw this I couldn't resist it. Now, I'm not usually a massive fan of ponte because of the polyester content in it, but this ponte is 68% viscose and 27% polyester, so because of the viscose content of this ponte, I thought I would give it a try, and I just couldn't resist that brushed back. So I thought it would be a really good fabric for making something like the Deer and Doe Zephyr dress, which is one I've had my eyes on for a little while. I'd like to make that with the sleeves from the On Day sweater, also from Deer and Doe, to make that into a long-sleeved dress for the winter. So I'm looking forward to giving that a go, perhaps at some point in the next couple of months. The next fabric I bought from Andrea is this See You at 6 corduroy fabric in Forest River, it's called. Now, I'm not sure how it's showing up on the camera. It is a deep green colour. It's a very wide wale corduroy, which is really, really fun. So my plan for that fabric is to make the Nina Lee Camden skirt. So the Nina Lee Camden skirt is a lovely skirt. It's A-line with lovely deep pockets as a feature on the front, and I thought I would make that from this corduroy fabric, as I think it will hold the shape of that A-line really, really nicely. And I'm going to pair it with some fabric in my stash, which is this beautiful cotton poplin from Pigeon Wishes. Now, I made some Carolyn pyjamas in that back in the summer, and I have quite a bit of it left. So I hate to see fabrics languishing in my stash, so I thought it would pair up really nicely with that forest green corduroy as the lining. It's a very, very soft cotton poplin. I think it will work well as a lining fabric, and it goes really nicely with that forest green. Now, the Camden skirt and pinafore comes in sizes 6 to 20. As far as I'm aware, it's not one of the ones that Nina Lee has released in her extended sizing yet. Now, for the skirt, size 6 is a waist of 24 inches and hips of 33.5 inches, and the size 20 is a waist of 38 inches and hips of 47.5 inches. Now, usually I fit into size 10 across the bust, size 12 across the waist, and size 14 at the hips in Nina Lee patterns, and I've made the pinafore twice, and that sizing is perfect on me. I simply grade between those three sizes. So I'm going to do that for the skirt. I'll make a size 12 at the waist, graded to a size 14 at the hips. The only other amendment I make to this pattern when I make it as the pinafore, and I'll do the same for the skirt, is to extend the length of the skirt piece by a couple of inches. I just find that it falls slightly short on me than I prefer. It sort of falls mid-thigh, and I prefer it to fall closer to just above my knee. So I do extend that skirt pattern by a good 2 inches. It does give me that added length that I prefer. So the final fabric I purchased from Andrea in January was this beautiful red stretch corduroy fabric. It's got 10% horizontal stretch, so not a huge amount of stretch, so I think it will work really well for the pattern that I have planned for it, and I just love this rich red colour. I know Christmas is over and I'm still buying green and red fabric, but I do love red on me. It makes me feel very bright and cheerful, and I really enjoy wearing this colour. So this is a medium weight corduroy, and it is a 21 wale corduroy, so a lot thinner than the previous corduroy that I bought from Andrea. Now it is a polyester fabric, but I think that's fine in the winter, so that will work well. And what I'm going to make with this is a hack of the Bakerloo dress by Nina Lee. Another YouTuber that I really enjoy watching is Janelle from Rosery Apparel. If you don't follow her yet, I'll pop a link in the description box below. Do go across and watch her channel if you don't already. She posts the most lovely videos, and I always enjoy watching her channel. One of the videos she shared over the Australian winter was a dress that she made based on a dress from the Joanna Sands website. Now Joanna Sands makes the most beautiful dresses, and I did go on to see if her dresses were still available. Unfortunately, they're all sold out. So like Janelle, I feel a bit better about giving this style of dress a go for myself. So what I'm going to use as the base for my take on this dress is the Bakerloo dress. The Bakerloo is a smock dress with voluminous sleeves and this beautiful statement collar. It comes this time in the extended size range, which is 6 to 20 and 16 to 38. So a size 6 is a bust of 32 inches, waist of 24 inches and hips of 35.5 inches. And the size 28 is a bust of 54 inches, a waist of 47 inches and hips of 57 inches. And again, my measurements put me in a size 10, 12 and a 14. So all that I do is again grade the bodice from a size 10 across the bust to a 12 at the waist, and then I just make the size 12 skirt because there is enough ease in this pattern across the hips because it's just a gathered skirt to make the size 12. I absolutely love the fit of this dress. It's such an easy style to just put on and wear, and it's one that I reach for on a weekly basis. So I'm going to use that as the basis for my dress, but I'm not going to put the collar on for this one. Instead, I'm going to use the fabric to make a ruffled pie crust collar, I think it's called. And then Janelle from Rosery Apparel has put a free sleeve template on her website, so I'm going to use that to make some beautiful puffed sleeves, and then I'll either gather them at the wrist like these sleeves here, or I will just leave them and hem them as they are. As a stay-at-home mum, I find sleeves like this much easier to work with, as I can just push them up when I need to. So I think I'll probably end up elasticating the cuffs of those sleeves, but I'd like to play around with a bit more of a puff here at the top, and then I'm looking forward to trying that collar. So those are the 3 fabrics I bought from Beyond the Pink Door, as well as a couple of plans that I have for those. I do want to get the Camden skirt and the Bakerloo dress sewn up in January, so hopefully I can share those with you soon in my January makes video. Now if you've seen my recent Make 9 video, you will know that one of my plans for this year is to make the steel pinafore. Now that's something I'd really like to get made up as soon as I can. I have sent the pattern off to the print shop and I'm just waiting for it to come back, and then I can get started on that. So hopefully I'll be able to share that with you as one of my plans for February. But when I saw this enzyme washed linen at Sew Me Sunshine, I couldn't help but buy it. Now this was a remnant, but I think they still have some left on the website, so if they do, I shall link it below. Now I bought that in their remnant sale, so it is only 190 centimeters long, and the fabric is about 140 centimeters wide, so it's not the most enormous amount of fabric. However, the steel pinafore has both a gathered skirt and a straight skirt, so I may need to play around with which skirt I make depending on how much fabric I have. The other thing I might need to do is line it in a different fabric from the linen in order to make sure I get all those pieces out. But that's fine. I always enjoy trying to get the most out of the fabric that I have, although that might be a little bit more pattern Tetris than I'm quite used to, but we'll see. The other thing I saw while I was on the remnant area of the Sew Me Sunshine website was this beautiful cotton dobby, and it's in the colour Rouge, but it really is a lovely soft, almost pinky colour. And again, I've not worked with cotton dobby before, it's a new to me fabric, but I love the look of it, and it's very light and drapey cotton dobby. Now this was the end of the bolt, and it's about 168 centimeters, so the perfect length for making a blouse. And when I saw it on the website, I thought it would pair really nicely with the linen that was already in my basket, so I couldn't leave it behind. And what I would like to make with this is another new to me pattern, and that is the Anna Allen Anthea blouse. Now this is all over Instagram at the moment and I have held off making it, but it's been on my to make list for a very long time and I thought it would go really well underneath the steel pinafore. So again, I couldn't leave it behind, and it's the perfect time I think to try this pattern, especially as we head into the spring, as I think this will be a really nice combination to wear in the springtime. Again, if you've watched my Make 9 video, you'll know that one of my other plans this year is to make some lingerie. And the pattern that I thought I would try is the Emerald Erin Black Beauty Bra. And so I was recommended the website Sewing Chest by a friend, and when I went on there I found the most beautiful kits for sewing up bras. Now as someone who's new to lingerie making, I thought it would be easiest to just start with a kit. And these kits have everything that you need in them, from the lace to the elastic, to the clips and the rings. Everything that you need is in there, right down to a little bow for the front of your bra. In the end, I bought 2 kits from the Sewing Chest. One in this beautiful white and pink lace. It's got creamy white findings to go with that, straps and elastic and things. And then I bought a kit in this beautiful navy and pinky sort of colourway. So I'm really excited about trying some bra patterns. I'm not sure if I'll get started this month, but I wanted to buy those kits so that they are ready for me to try when I'm feeling brave enough to get started on my lingerie sewing adventures. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed hearing about the fabrics that I have bought recently and the plans that I have to sew those up, beginning with the Bakerloo dress hack and the Camden skirt. If you did enjoy today's video, it would be really great if you could give the video a thumbs up and then subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching, have a great week, happy sewing, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one. Goodbye!